guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Anastasia here with this week's Teen Mom Recap. And today we are going to be recapping the season finale of Teen Mom OG and Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. But before I get started, I would love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every single week about Teen Mom OG, Teen Mom 2, recaps of whatever Teen Mom is airing that week. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and subscribe. And anyway, let's go ahead and get started. This episode of OG starts off with Macy and Taylor. They have been struggling in their relationship, so they decide to have a date away from the kids. They're going to stay overnight at a bed and breakfast. So, one rule for this trip is we can't talk about the kids. We have to focus on us. But I worry that if we can't find anything else to talk about, we're in deep doo-doo. What if we realize we don't like each other? If you're at the point where you don't have anything in common besides your kids, that's actually extremely depressing. What are you gonna do when they grow up and they don't need your attention anymore? I have to say, if you asked me 5 years ago where I would have thought that Macy and Taylor would be, it would not be in this bad of a place. Gary goes with Amber to her child psychologist. No, seriously, look at the sign. This bitch is 30. And that might explain why he never makes her take any accountability for anything and treats her like a kid. Gary says, a big problem I have with Amber is her Instagram lives. Leah sees those lives, and her friends see it, and it's embarrassing for her. I had a manic episode when I did those. I felt so bad afterwards. I wish I didn't do it. But how do you explain that to a 12-year-old? I don't know, maybe by just not doing it anymore? FYI, Amber just made some new Instagram lives like less than 2 weeks ago max. So obviously, Leah isn't even going to take it seriously if you do apologize because you just keep making them. I gave my Instagram login to my manager, so I can't do it anymore. I guess that manager quit. I kept Leah away from things only because if she was around them, she would be a different child. Gary thinks I didn't want to pick Leah up because of a man. No, it was because I had a bruise on my face that I had to cover. I had to call and just make up some dumb excuse. But that was the real reason. Now, I don't want to say definitively that this did not happen, because it definitely might have. She's had some real scummy boyfriends. But as loud as Amber's mouth is, I'm surprised that she didn't say something about this before now. Like, was it Matt, I wonder? Was it mutual abuse? Because they were fighting for a long time, and I feel like she definitely would have said it at some point. Taylor and Macy have the most awkward imaginable dinner date. Taylor says, wow, weird how quiet it is. Yeah, I don't have anyone to yell at. No one to get up and go get water for. Wasn't the one rule of this date that they weren't supposed to talk about the kids? So Taylor's just sitting there chilling eating bread, and Macy says, I'm gonna need earplugs for you eating that toast. Well, there's no silent way to eat it. Bless your heart. I thought this was gonna be a relaxing dinner. I'm gonna go to bed. Jesus Christ, Macy, is there something else going on? Like, do you want him to soak this bread in a glass of water so as to make it not crunchy for you? Like, I'm sorry, but Macy has been being a huge bitch these past few episodes. In the next scene, they're by a fire, and Taylor says, I want to hold your hand. My hair's gonna get in my face. Macy bitches, but then she does hold his hand at least. Macy, I can't picture what life would be like without you. Oh, you really can't? I mean, I know I'd be okay without you. Just me and Benny. I mean, I don't even like people. The fact that I even like you is impressive. Wow, okay. They sort of joke around after that and laugh, but like, it's still super awkward. Like, Macy just seems genuinely unhappy. The only reason this kind of hostile behavior from her would make sense was if he cheated on her, which I don't think he did. They never say that he did. She's literally just being an asshole. Also, Caitlin gives birth to her baby Raya Rose. Cheyenne complains about her baby Ace. Not too much to say there. We're gonna move on to Young and Pregnant. Noah and Rachel are driving and she passes by her old high school. In the intro to the scene, by the way, MTV showed a paper of a test with like an F on it. Nice shade to Rachel. Man, I raised hell here at my high school. Threw a chair at somebody, got kicked out. Good times. You threw a chair at somebody? Haha, yeah. Noah loves me, and he loves my daughter. He's very intelligent. He helped me get a bank account and a driver's license. So, basic adult shit that you should have already done. He dropped me off at Mallory's new trailer. I'm glad Mallory got her own place and is moving out of Nana's, but her place needs some work. Yeah, that is one way to put it. Like, congrats to her for getting her own place, that's great, but oof. Piles of junk everywhere, floor all ripped apart. Mallory's like, yeah, it's a project, and it's cheap, that's the only reason why I got it. Yeah, me and Noah are gonna get a place too. We've been together for 3 whole months straight. Hazley sees him every day. What if you guys break up? I'm not gonna stay single when I literally want a family. And they kind of argue with each other, and Rachel leaves the trap trailer. Next is Kayla. So, I'm pregnant again. Oops. I just got my IUD removed because it gave me extreme anxiety. A baby isn't gonna give you extreme anxiety? I wasn't planning this. When I told Luke, first thing he said was, "That isn't my baby." Damn. He accused me of cheating with my ex Ryan. Then he quickly apologized, but we haven't talked since. I think he still has doubts. So she asked him again, "Do you think it's your baby?" "I don't know." "I haven't done anything for you to say that." "We haven't been intimate for a couple months before this." "Not a couple of months. We were not having sex often, but we would still have sex." "You can say whatever you want, but that's just how I feel. I feel like we haven't." "What do you mean you feel like you haven't had sex?" That's kind of a yes or no thing, isn't it? "Then why are you with me, Luke?" "Because I love you. I'm willing to believe you, but I have doubts in my head." Wow, so this is Kayla's third unplanned pregnancy at this point, and possibly by a random hookup Ryan. Maybe Ryan's about to get that baby he was wanting to be his. Next is Kaya. Now, Tiesa has this big old bruise under her eye, so this whole conversation is really all I can think about and like wonder if Kaya did it. She says, "Telling you that I'm going to counseling makes me feel like I'm crazy. You don't open up to me emotionally. Counseling's totally normal." Yeah, I mean, these two were going to couples counseling when they weren't even a couple. So clearly they don't have an issue going to therapy. "I'm sorry I didn't tell you, but how I grew up, going to talk to a therapist is like going to talk to the police." Maybe you should go to the police about that bruise under your eye. Rachel tells her mom that Noah's looking for a truck driving job. "I didn't want him away from Hazley at first, but I thought about it, and since I want enough money for a place, I'm okay with it now. I mean, I don't want to be stuck in a shithole like Mallory's trailer." Her house was awful. Floors ripped out, spiders everywhere. Later, Rachel goes to talk to Noah. He says, "I barely make money right now, barely 30K, but if I drive trucks, I'll make 55 to 60 grand a year. That's great. I'm over here not even finishing high school. I mean, I struggle with having a kid. There's just not a good job for me." Brianna applies for apartments, but decides to keep it a secret from now from her mom and Ashley. No worries though, Ashley says, "Hey, your sister told me you're looking for an apartment." That sister is such a little snitch. "You need to understand what it entails, Brianna. You won't just be paying rent. You'll also be paying food, utilities. I mean, I love you, but I basically fed you all summer. So you better be grateful, bitch." Okay, she didn't say that, but I feel like she's thinking it. "I want to be independent. I'm disappointed that even Ashley doesn't think higher of me. It's like she thinks I can't do it either." Kayla is considering getting an abortion. "I already have 2 kids. I have to look at what's best for them. I'm already exhausted. Luke and I haven't talked much about this, but I know he agrees with me." She tells her friend Annabelle, "I don't think I can make this work." "Have you talked to your mom about it?" "I haven't, but I don't think I need her opinions. I know Luke's family is going to question this whole thing too." "Is it Luke's baby?" "Yes. I know I shouldn't have picked up Ryan, but that's nothing compared to what Luke has done. Me and Luke are already halfway out the door in our relationship, but I don't want to make a decision based off our relationship." So personally, I am just very against abortion. I'll just throw that out there. But I really think that Kayla thinks it might be Ryan's baby, because she didn't make this decision with her first kid when she was literally having a baby with the worst dude on the show, Stefan. So like, why now? She's older, she's more financially stable. The dad isn't Stefan, thank God. So it's just weird to me. Brianna tells her mom that she's getting her own place. "You're not ready." "You're not ready, Mom." Real way to show maturity, Brianna. "Me and Vanessa help you out a lot. You run out of the house and leave at the drop of a dime to go see Briggs. You're gonna leave Brayson with me when you do that in your new house?" "That was fucked up to bring up Briggs. I'm out." And then Brianna leaves the room, proving once again that maybe her family is not crazy when they call her immature. Next is Rachel. "Tonight, Noah's dropping off Hazley's things. We got into a huge fight. He got a job offer to drive trucks in Michigan, which starts right away. But he didn't offer to bring me and Hazley with him. Fuck a relationship. I swear to God I'll never put myself through this again. Yeah, we broke up. I'm moving on, but not to someone else. Just moving on with myself. I always pick a motherfucker who doesn't care about me at all. I just love too hard, and now I'm back to square one." Well, that was super sudden. I'm not sure if something happened behind the scenes, or possibly her Tinder boyfriend of 3 whole months realized that he wanted to make the full $60,000 a year, not like $40,000 after having to spend a bunch on Rachel and her kid. Still an asshole move for sure to make her think that he was going to bring them with him. But this is why you can't rely on a man who you met off Tinder 3 months ago for income. Kayla decides to go through with it and makes the appointment to get an abortion. "Luke supports my decision since he's unsure if he's the father. I feel like it's my only option. I can't take care of the other 2 kids if I have this one." So Luke and Kayla drop off their kids at their friend's house, and the kids are just happy, yelling, "Where are we going?" Well, just gonna drop you off over here while we go kill your sibling. I'm panicking. Luke can't go in with me because of COVID. One day we're gonna have to talk to our kids about this, and I hope they don't resent me. Oh, I don't think they will. It's for them, so I can take care of them. Keep telling yourself that. She says, this was an option with the other two, and I decided against it, and I'm so grateful that I didn't because I love them. But eventually she decides to walk inside. Luke's rubbing his face all hard while saying absolutely nothing of value, much like Travis Scott in that apology video, just sitting there rubbing his face. And Kayla walks inside. She comes out with a paper bag and no more baby, and says, that was terrible, I cried the entire time. And that is the depressing end of the season finale of Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. So what do you guys think of the demise of Rachel and Noah? Why do you think he bailed so fast? And what do you think about Kayla's decision? Make sure to leave a comment down below, and make sure to subscribe for more Teen Mom recaps every week. Now, I don't know when the new season is coming back. I think they're coming back with Teen Mom 2, but they haven't announced a date yet. As soon as that comes back, my videos will be back as well. And I could also try to possibly make some videos in the meantime. So let me know what you think down below, and make sure to subscribe.